Hello and welcome to class. My name is Dr. Linda Mellinger, and I will be going over the class syllabus during this 15-minute video. I apologize in advance for talking fast, but we only have 15 minutes. This is EDHE 608W07. The CRN number is 40067. The W means that it is a web-based class, and this is an online class. Technology in the Contemporary Community College and Research, a 3-credit class. The hours are from the date, July 11th to August 14th. This is information on where to find me. It is in the Blackboard section, instructor of your Blackboard class. Here is my work phone number, my cell number, my email address. I work at Morgan. I've been there for 17 years. For the last 8 years, I've been the Assistant Vice President of Planning and Information Technology. So I am there Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. If you're on campus, come by and say hello. If you'd like to come and see me, as far as for an office visit, again, if you're on campus, just give me a call and let me know. There's a little bit of information here as far as what we cover in the class, a little bit about technology and the importance of technology, and hopefully by now you've read through that. The class is taught on Blackboard, and I know all of you have found the Blackboard site. If you have any problems with Blackboard, please let me know. Blackboard happens to be one of the softwares that we manage in our division, and I'm actually one of the administrators for Blackboard. And just to let you know, Blackboard is hosted in the cloud. It's off campus. So it has been up in the last, I would say, 10 years we've used it. It's up 99% of the time. We really haven't had any problems with it. The class textbook, hopefully you all have found the book, you've ordered it, and actually started the reading. Certain web resources that are really very good in finding out more about technology. If you haven't heard about EDUCAUSE, I would highly suggest that you go to the EDUCAUSE website and take a look at it. There are many wonderful resources. Most of the decisions that deal with technology in higher ed have been made by others in higher ed, and EDUCAUSE is very good in collecting all that information. I've personally been involved with EDUCAUSE over the last several years. I've served on many of their committees. I've actually written articles for them. One of the articles that you will be reading is an article entitled "The Top 10 Trends in Higher Ed." I was on the committee that actually produced that. The other organization, which again is really very good, the New Media Consortium. I just got back from a conference. I was asked to be a blogger during the conference for New Media Consortium, and that was a lot of fun. And if we had more time in the class, I really wanted to do a blog. We are going to be doing a blog, but we used a tool called Tumblr, and I really would love to work with you on Tumblr and teach you how to use that. But we are going to use the Blackboard blog, which is not as robust, but it should be a lot of fun. But once again, that's another site where you can get information on what others are doing in technology. The League for Innovation in Community College, some of you have used that already. And then the Campus Computing Project, which is a really good resource for e-learning. American Association of Community Colleges, and that's another good resource. Some of the major topics we are going to be covering: key trends accelerating higher education technology adoption. Some of you are administrators and future administrators. One of the things that you need to be aware of with technology is adoption, how it is adopted. You'll hear me mention several times in this class that I want technology to be ubiquitous throughout the entire institution, meaning that technology should not just fall in the realm of the IT department. everyone should be involved in technology decisions. And as administrators, you will have to make decisions on what technology should be adopted. Years ago, in the 1980s, that used to be the decision of the IT department. That is no longer the case. And my goal is to help you to be the administrators who say, technology, I know I'm not a technology person, but I'm going to get involved. Really want you to be involved. We don't want you to back off every time you hear technology and call for the IT director or the CIO. You should be able to step up to the plate and be involved and work with the IT department. Second bullet, significant challenges for higher education adoption. There still is a lot of resistance out there. Another issue is funding. And being that we have a lot of products that collect a lot of data, there's something called big data you may have heard of. And so that is becoming an issue right now because we're collecting a lot of information, but we may not know how to use that information. The other bullet, the role of the administrative leader in the community college as in terms of technology. Again, as future administrators, you have to look at technology as something that you have to know about and get involved in. You don't have to go to all classes and learn how to use the technology, but you should be aware of some of the new trends. For example, the flipped classroom, BYOD. Wireless, everyone is wireless nowadays, so therefore that's something in the past. You know how it works, that's a given. But there's some of this other technology that's coming out, clickers, polling, using the QR codes. Those are things you need to be aware of. Again, you don't have to know how to use them per se, but at least know what they are and how they are used. And then technology and institutional research. As I mentioned, we're collecting a lot of data. Retention is a big issue these days. Graduation rate is a big issue, especially for the community colleges, because we do have a very low graduation rate in the community college, and that's something that may not be helped. However, as four-year institutions are becoming more and more expensive, I'm sure that in the future you're going to see many folks actually moving forward to get their AA degree in the community college. Some of the learning goals and objectives. Students who successfully complete this course will be able to understand the role that key community college administrators play in technology decisions and technology adoption. Next one, understand the changing role of information technology departments. That's changed tremendously the last few years. We no longer have a group of programmers who are sitting in the room programming everything that the institution wants. Your institution may have some, but I kind of doubt it. So we have people who are more analysts than anything else. The next bullet, be aware of important developments in educational technology. The next one, examine and articulate the challenges associated with implementing technology in an effort to create stronger learning-centered institutions. Yes, we are using technology to teach. We're using technology to learn. And then understand and articulate the behavioral attributes and decision-making strategies that remove barriers and create technology solutions. You'd be surprised how many people who don't really understand technology don't necessarily want to see it implemented, and that could be one of the biggest obstacles to adoption. Course requirements, there are a number of readings. Everything basically is in the syllabus and it is listed on Blackboard. We are going to have a class blog, and I'll talk to you about that a little bit later on. That's going to involve you doing research on new technology. I mentioned the readings. This is an excellent report put out by the New Media Consortium. They have a report for four-year institutions, but there is one specifically for the community college. And as you can see, it's a 2013 to 2018 report. So it looks at future trends and how fast they are going to be adopted. And then this is the general one for higher education. Here is the book that we are using. These are the chapters that we are reading each week. Basically, these chapters will be discussed on the discussion board. And by the way, we are using a new format for the discussion board. I'll talk about that later, but I've divided you into groups, and we have one group that works on the discussion board for you have 3 days to do that, where you respond to the question that I have posted, and then the second group will go ahead and we'll give feedback to the response of the first group. And for this particular class, I'm just limiting the response of the I'm calling them feedbackers, when you give feedback, just to one person, not 2 or 3 like we did in the past, because I want you to answer the question thoroughly, even if the person you responded to did not answer the question thoroughly. I want you to answer it. Learning modules, there are 5 learning modules, and I hope that you find that these will be fun to do. They're based on real life situations, or I should say real case studies. These are things you may encounter as an administrator in or faculty member in the community college. I want to add that all these modules are based on real situations, but when I ask you to give information about a community college, I will be referring to a fictitious community college. What I'm saying is, when you do this assignment, don't give me information about your community college. I'm asking you to make up one. So please keep that in mind. Several people in the past have shown me wonderful websites of their institution, and that's not what we want. But we'll go over these every week. Let's see. The Learning Module 5, which is like our final module, is the only one that I've actually explained or put a lot of detail for in the actual syllabus. That way you can see what is involved and you can start working on it right away. And I would say this is really a very fun exercise, because you get to investigate and explore the difference between 2 software products that an institution might want to use. But you can read about it, but we will go over it later on when we are ready to actually work on that. But I wanted you to know that it is there. As far as the evaluation, I expect that each of you has determined what constitutes excellence, and you have high standards. We're looking for very good, well-written reports. There are many papers here where you are going to have to give some bullets, but keep in mind, I don't want papers that's going to be filled with nothing but bullets or outlines. Yes, you will have to do some writing. And as always, follow APA format. And as always, please do research and use good citations. Moving on, this is how you are graded. As you can see, each module is worth 30 points. The final module, which is module number 5, is actually worth 40 points. So these are 30, and then 5 is 40. You will have 5 Blackboard discussions at 20 points each, and then you will be working with a class blog and discussion on that at 10 points each. So that's worth 40 points for a total of 300 points. So just wanted to let you know the points that we are using. And right here again, these are this is the scale for the grades. I understand that in the CCLP program, some programs do not allow C's. So please keep in mind that you want to do your best to get the best possible grade. If you turn in all the work and you follow the instructions, you should do well. However, there have been some folks, I don't know for whatever reasons, have felt that they don't need to turn in things, and they're very upset when they get C's. And yes, we've given out a number of C's, number of D's, and F's. So please make sure you check with the CCLP program If you're headed for a C, I will let you know. I will give you as much advance notice as possible. And many times, if people do not feel comfortable about their work, they will contact me and talk to me about it. And I want you to do that as well. If you feel that you're not getting a higher grade